career moment for Tuco Tokkos. Win by submission in round 2. The results he's been waiting for.
Put me in London, man, on one of those UK cards. I'm the only real Londoner in the UFC. Put me there, I'll bring the real hooligans out.
Tuco Tokkos!
Welcome to UFC Unfiltered.
Please tell me that's on video. I've never been happier.
I'm made for a fucking podcast. We're dangerous. Listen to me, we're at it.
Welcome to UFC Unfiltered, a UFC and Fanatics original production. Matt, we have talked about the fights, the big Derrick Lewis win.
Yes.
Also, we have Pete Nance from the Milwaukee Bucks joining us today, and Tuco Tokkos, who had a tremendous win over Junior Tafa, second round submission, very dominant. Well, I mean, he ran into some trouble in the second too, but that was a really, really good fight. I thought it was a great card, and even though I picked incorrectly, I was very happy that Lewis won that fight. I love Derrick Lewis. It was nice to see him over Teixeira get that win.
Hi. First
Hey,
of
buddy.
all,
Sorry.
I'm very happy about Derrick Lewis, but I agree. You agree it's a little early.
The stoppage?
You don't think so?
No, I'm asking if that's what you mean. I didn't know what you meant.
Yes. No, I thought you didn't say that. I'm
No,
saying that.
you know, the stoppage was, it looked to me like he was surprised it got stopped. He looked like he was in trouble, but I think it was a little soon.
I thought it was a lot of soon because you know why? I know it looks scary, but I thought he went to say, like, don't grab the fence because he grabbed the fence.
Right.
But he was probably almost on Pluto by that time. But
Yeah.
he grabbed that fence. And that's why I was a little. And then when they stopped it, he literally was facing him,
Yep.
hands up. I'm surprised he didn't put more of a stink.
Unless he was just really hurt. Maybe he knew that one more shot and he was done. I don't know. But yeah, it was a little low, and he the hand on the fence maybe.
I'm not gonna bitch about it. I like Derrick Lewis a lot.
I do too, and he was very. You don't hear him be very annoyed with other, but apparently he said they've been talking shit the whole week, and he was very. You see when he raised his leg like he was pissing on them, like the cat had a dog.
I love his antics.
He's a funny guy, man.
He's an original.
You know, Matt, we're talking about Derrick Lewis, and there's certain moments that just stay with you. I mean, like when Derrick wiped out Taliesin Teixeira 35 seconds into the first round. How does that not stay with you? That's not the kind of thing you forget, right? And now, thanks to Topps, you don't have to. This is what I love what they're doing. Topps has captured the exact moment with a brand new Topps Now card from UFC Nashville. They already have a card for Lewis's finish. Topps Now is about turning the biggest milestones and the most viral sports moments, like a Derrick Lewis knockout, and turning them into collectible cards that you can actually own. Go to Topps.com, Topps.com. Sign up for notifications so you never miss a release. And with UFC 318 coming this Saturday, do not be surprised if we get a few more moments that are worthy of a card that you can get your hands on. I absolutely love that they are doing this. So head on over to Topps, Topps.com. Keep your eyes on all of these stack cards coming up so you can witness the next big moment yourself. What a great idea. What a creative and inventive thing to take this Lewis stoppage and already have a card for it. So good job by Topps.
We got
Pete Nance is in the waiting room. Let's bring him in.
hey,
Pete, how you doing?
Hey, how are you guys? Thanks for having me on.
Good, buddy. Welcome to the show.
nice to see you, Pete. You were just at the UFC in Nashville, right?
I was at the one in Newark.
I'm way off.
No, he's at the P.I. now.
Oh.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah, we were at the one in Newark, and that one was, man, that was my first one, and it was awesome. It was
It's
awesome.
nice. Isn't it great watching it live?
Oh, it's so much different. It's so much different. Seeing two people fight like that is just crazy in person, you know?
It
Yeah.
is. It's a lot crazier, especially if you got some decent seats and you hear the shots landing.
Yeah, exactly. No, it was a super exciting card, and I loved it. So I definitely want to go back to more in the future.
Where are you now? Are you at the P.I. or they said you were visiting the P.I. today?
Yeah, I'm at the PI. At the PI, so they're touring us around here, and got to meet Sean Strickland and Marab and Aljo are in here sparring. So just an awesome experience here so far.
How long have you been watching MMA and the UFC in particular?
Honestly, Stipe Miocic is from Cleveland, so I've been interested in it. But in the past year and a half is when I really started to pay a lot more attention to it. I'm definitely not an expert by any means, but I would say in the past year and a half is when I really picked up on it.
And our friend Dean Thomas used to roll with Shaq a little bit, and he was saying, because you're 6'10", and he was saying that really big guys, like really long guys like you, can be very, very difficult. I guess that's a lot of limb to manage, right, Matt? That's a long leg, it's a long arm.
Oh, come on! You could do a triangle through Zoom on me right there. Yeah, a triangle would be your friend for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. Definitely.
Oh yeah. Every body type has its advantages and disadvantages, but 6'10", knowing what you're doing in jiu-jitsu is a legitimate problem.
Oh man, I wish I did.
You ever think about ever trying it, or?
Honestly, I haven't. I wish I could do that stuff, and who knows what happens in the future. But I feel like they would just, if I were to fight anybody, they just go for my legs. That's where I feel like I'm at a disadvantage. They just shoot on me, and then I just got too much legs to be able to guard anything like that.
But big guys are hard sometimes. Like Stefan Struve was always hard to take down because there's a certain thing you can do with long legs. Dom Cruz has talked about how it's not as easy to put down somebody with extraordinarily long legs. It's harder than you think.
Yeah. Well, it might be easy for me. 6'10" is a little different than just than probably the normal tall UFC fighter,
Well, he was, how tall was Stefan? Wasn't he close to 7 feet? He was a giant guy.
Oh,
but,
really? Okay.
Yeah. But you're an athlete, so like I think that you're 25 years old. You're a young guy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I started when I was 50 doing jiu-jitsu. It's like I wish I would have started when I was 25 or 30. But I guess you have to worry about injuries too, because your money comes from playing in the NBA, and you don't want to get your ankle twisted or your knee ripped or tear your ACL.
Exactly. Yeah, probably just stay healthy.
Now, when you're watching the fights, are you one of those like just those guys standing and banging it, or when it hits the floor, are you still interested?
I think it's hard for me to know exactly what's going on sometimes when you hit the floor, or who's winning or what's good, what's bad. But for me, it's more exciting when they're landing and throwing punches and kicks and stuff like that. That's easier for me to watch with my knowledge right now of the game.
Was there any pressure for you to join the NBA? Your brother is in the NBA, and your dad did play, right?
Yes, sir.
So, is this something like you're like, all right, I'm born to do this, I have to do this, or they gave you total freedom of choice, and you're like, I want to pursue this?
Yeah, that's a lot of credit to my dad, my parents, for giving me that choice. It was never anything that I was forced into at all. I just am really lucky that I love basketball, and so I've had a lot of opportunities with my family and my last name that has got me a lot of doors. And, I think obviously there's a lot of hard work that goes into it. And now being in the NBA, you don't just get to be there just by what last name you have. Everything has to be earned. And so I'm proud to say that I've been able to earn that up to this point, and I'm just excited to keep rising,
It's an interesting point you raised, too, at the last name. Like, when I think of Bronny James playing with LeBron, and I felt bad for him, because the pressure on him is like that. No one's giving him time to kind of develop. And, if he makes one mistake, they're like, fuck him, he shouldn't be here. Like, I felt bad for that dude, because even though his dad is LeBron, there was more pressure on him than I think almost anybody I've ever heard of entering the NBA.
Absolutely. I mean, I think it's ridiculous, the pressure that people put on him. He's a great young player, and that's exactly what he's young. Like, he's going to grow and he's going to continue to get better and better. Just like any other young player that comes into the league, they need time to develop and grow up and stuff like that. So being under that, I have experienced it a little bit, but being under that type of magnifying glass this
Yeah.
young in your career, I definitely, I think it's ridiculous the stuff that people do and, and say about him. So, but he's going to be all right. He's a hard worker and he's a good dude. So, I'm excited to see how his career continues to develop.
You watch any other combat sports? You watch boxing also, or more just UFC?
More just UFC, honestly.
It's hard to go back to boxing. As a kid, I'd be, Tyson and stuff like that, Riddick Bowe. I'm a lot older than you. But with MMA, it's just, there was some early, Jimmy, I don't know if you saw some of those early prelims the other day with the girls. Woo! Every fight is just, you don't want to miss any fight on a UFC card. In the boxing, you got the main event, and then you don't know, usually the undercard is usually shit. So it's like, and then you show up for the main event, everybody tunes in. But yeah, you don't want, especially you were there live, you realize that you don't want to miss any fights on the card.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's what's amazing for me is like a lot of times I'm in it for the main event, but anybody can make a name for themselves at any point, and anything can happen in a UFC fight. So I think it's definitely a lot more exciting. It's hard to go watch boxing after you watch, after you're used to watching UFC.
And what UFC does so well, that boxing, I think, and again, maybe this is because it's under one promotion, but they like when the big stars leave, they're really good at bringing other people along. I think maybe because they have so many events, we get to see so many different fighters. But Conor was the biggest, Ronda was the biggest. They're both out. John is now done. So but they still managed to kind of fill those spots with other people, as opposed to boxing where you'd have one star and then a couple of years later somebody else. It just became harder to kind of latch onto boxing and really care about what was going on for me.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. UFC is super exciting right now. I feel like a lot of the divisions it's all just changing so quick, and people are rising so fast. So it's really fun to watch.
Jimmy, not to correct you there, but I believe John Jones re-entered the testing.
I did hear that he re-entered, but I'm just talking about as an active, like as a guy who's actively fighting, like the big star that he is. He's only fought a couple times in the last few years.
True.
So
Very
it's
true.
like he's not like the guy that they're putting on the marquee very often. But yeah, I heard he re-entered. I would still want to see him fight Tom Aspinall. I think he knows people want to see that fight. And without it, it's always going to be like a little bit of a black mark there if he doesn't fight him.
Jimmy, let me ask you this, because styles make fights. And Pete, I want to ask you this also. Are you familiar with Derrick Lewis, the Black Beast?
Yeah. Yep. Familiar with him. I don't know a ton about him, but I'm definitely familiar with him. I know he fought the other night, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Teixeira.
Yep. And he's known for decapitating people. Yep. So this is my question. What about him versus Tom Aspinall? Now, look, think about that. How would that go? One way or the other? I can't see that being a 5-round decision for sure.
First of all, Aspinall would be crazy to take that fight.
Yeah.
Why would he take that fight if Jones is re-entering the testing pool? Why would Aspinall risk? You know what I mean? Again, it's crazy.
Listen, I mean, who else is there? Cyril Gahn, and there's some guys obviously, but styles make fights. I'm saying Derrick Lewis.
Yeah.
Let's say he knocks out the next guy, and how many? Then he's got some momentum. I don't know. I'm just saying.
I think it's interesting that the script is kind of flipped on Aspinall now. I think they were talking about John Jones having to give up his, they want him to come up off that spot if he doesn't want to fight. But now it's like, okay, Aspinall, now who do you want to fight now? If it's not John Jones, who is it? And I think Derrick Lewis is not a bad. He's obviously one of those personalities that's gonna, that's gonna sell the fight in a major way. So it's not a bad idea.
I would like it as a fan. I just think that Aspinall, we've seen guys take fights when there's a delay or when their opponent gets hurt and they're next in line for the belt or there's big. I think it's a crazy fight for him to take if Jones is coming back into the testing pool. But if UFC forces him to fight, but I think they want that Aspinall-Jones fight too. Maybe if Derrick wins again, but he's also had a shot against DC. I mean, he's fought for the belt before. Was he fought twice for the belt or once for the belt?
Derrick?
Yeah, I don't remember if it was once or twice.
I think it was once.
Yeah, but he has fought, and I think it was a second round loss to Cormier. So at least he's gotten a shot before. Aspinall Jones is kind of what I think people really want to see. But we'll see.
Yeah, you know what's coming up is well, I gotta see, when exactly is that coming up? Is Dustin Poirier versus Max Holloway? When is that coming up?
This Saturday.
It is this Saturday. Holy
Yep.
shit. Dude, they come right after the other,
Yeah.
That's a huge fight. So, this is Dustin Poirier's last fight. And the rumor is that Lil Wayne's gonna be walking him out to the octagon.
Wow.
I like that. 6 foot, 7 foot. You like that, Jimmy?
I don't care. You know me. I don't like walkouts. I don't like big walkouts. You know me. I didn't like when Adesanya would dance. I didn't like this. I didn't like Jacare doing this. I don't like any of that shit.
You got to go out. You got to go out loud, though. If it's his last fight,
Yes.
I'm not mad at him.
I'm not mad at him either. Hey, I want thoughts on that fight. We're going to talk about it anyway, Jimmy. What do you think about that fight? Are you familiar with both gentlemen?
Me? I'm
Dustin Poirier is the one who had the Conor trilogy.
okay. And I know Holloway is the one that, he said, let's go right.
Yes.
Okay. So that was awesome. That was really cool to see. So I'm not sure I'm super familiar with those guys, but I know that I saw Holloway do that. So I know,
He's
coming off a loss to Ilya Taporia, but
he's come off losses and came back and
Sure.
better than ever.
Yeah.
What's interesting about this fight is they fought twice before with Dustin winning both times, but it was ages ago. Yeah. I mean, it was when Max was literally a kid, and he was just outclassed. And the second one was a lot closer and a good fight. And now this is, I believe, it's for the BMF belt.
It is. Yeah, their last fight, Matt, was 2019, so 6 years ago, and the first one was in 2012. The first time they fought. So
a lot can change in 6 years, man.
A lot can change in 6 years. Yeah, I think this is just a fun fight, and this is kind of the fight that Dustin said he wanted to go out on. So out of respect for what he's done in the sport, they're going to let him do what he wants.
Oh, 100%. Hey, Pete, let me ask you, because we've been asking this lately. If you could get an autograph, I like to ask this with an athlete when guys are usually looking for your autograph. If you can get an autograph with anybody, any athlete, whether it's combat athlete, basketball, anything, in time, dead or alive, who would it be?
Oh, wow.
Little fanatics question right there.
That's a great question. That's a great question.
That's a rough one, though, because, we have a couple of popular ones, but you go ahead.
Yeah, I think like some of these guys that are just the clear number one undisputed greatest of all time in their sport, like Tom Brady, would be a great one. I think like a Michael Phelps would be an amazing one to have. People like that, because I think that there's in some sports, like in basketball, I'm personally on the LeBron side, but there's these debates on who's the greatest of all time. And, but I think there are some athletes that have just separated themselves just to, to a totally different level. And I think that those two guys that I mentioned would be awesome just because it's kind of undisputed who's the greatest of all time.
Do you remember the first time you played against somebody who you had really admired or that made you nervous to be on the court with, or that you were kind of like, wow, I'm playing against this person now that this is what my life has become?
Yeah. It was actually last year. I had signed a 10-day contract with the Cavs, and I'm on the Bucks now, but I had got in kind of. We were losing, I think, and we got in. It was like the last minute and a half of the game, and the Bucks still we emptied our bench, and the Bucks still had all their guys in it. It was Giannis, and it was Dame, and it was Brook Lopez and Chris Middleton, and these guys that I've been watching for a long time. And I get in, and I'm like, I'm here, like this is Giannis, this is Dame. So that was a really cool moment where it was like my first time I had really checked into a high-level NBA game like that, because they hadn't cleared their bench and those guys were still out there. So when Giannis is just guarding me, it's like, this is not college, or this is not high school anymore. I've taken a step, which was really exciting. But then it was like, okay, we got some real work to do.
Now you guys are teammates, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah, he's a great dude. Been love been loving, learning from him and just getting to see his habits and how he prepares. Being one of the best in the world has been, amazing for me to watch.
And you travel too, like, the difference between a fighter and like whether somebody plays for the NFL, the NBA, is you're with a whole team, you're with a whole group of guys. Do you like traveling with that many people and being kind of intertwined with that many people? Like guys who have done both, a lot of times will say they like fighting because you live or die with what you did. Like you get all the glory and you get all the blame. Is there anything about that that's attractive, or do you like the idea of kind of sharing both of those things with a bunch of other people?
Yeah, I mean, I think the NBA and the teams do such a good job of making the travel and everything so seamless, but I think I love being a part of a team. I think everybody, obviously Giannis is our best player, one of the best players in the world, but he can't win a game 1-on-5.
Right.
It takes the whole team to be able to win a game, and winning is really hard on any level. But I think having that camaraderie and that that unit kind of mentality is something that I love, and I think it'd be hard for me to go to a sport where it's just everything is on you, where I'm sure Giannis feels a little bit more sometimes like everything is on him because it's just a totally different position than what I'm in currently. So I personally like that team aspect for sure.
Hey, Pete, when you're not on the court, what do you like to do to unwind? And besides training, besides working out, you're a book reader. You watch a lot of Netflix. You like video games? Tell me.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of video games.
Let's go.
Been reading, I definitely read a little bit, hang out with friends and family. I'm a pretty simple guy, but definitely my free time, I'm on the game for sure.
What kind of video games you play?
You play Apex Legends? Have you heard of that?
Apex Legends. What is that? That's
like,
Marvel?
Fortnite style, kind of a hybrid between Fortnite and Call of Duty.
Where? Oh, and that's on which console is that on?
I play on PS5, but you can play on PC, you can play on Xbox. But I play Call of Duty. I play Fortnite. I play.
You like the shooters?
Yeah,
like
mostly shooters.
That's all I play, but I do it in VR, Pete. Oh, I do it in VR. I play Population 1, which is kind of like Fortnite, where you get the build and you're flying and you're shooting. And then I do Contractor Showdown, which is like Modern Warfare in VR.
Wow.
So just be careful you don't punch through the ceiling, but it is fun. I have to watch out I don't knock over anything. But I bring it when I'm traveling. I bring it in the hotel, yelling.
So you're standing up and you don't have one of those platforms that moves. You just have to stay in space and kind of move.
Nothing. You do a barrier. You make a barrier. So if you go out of bounds, you can see it, or you make sure you don't go into anything in the room. I don't move around too much. I stand and I sit. I sit when I snipe. So I can get it. But let me tell you, if you ever want to mess with that, MetaQuest 3, it's fun, dude. As a gamer, as a 51-year-old gamer, I'm telling you, it's good. I'm surprised more kids aren't diving into the VR. It's really you really feel it more. You really
And maybe they have this, but once they bring that to Call of Duty, to a Fortnite, I think it's going to take off.
I'm telling you, the games I mentioned, very similar, man.
Yeah.
Try it. You'll love it. Jimmy said,
No, I didn't hate it.
You get motion sickness.
I do. I got a little sick, and I'm such a fucking idiot. I just started playing chess in VR, which is it's kind of fun because you can feel your hand moving the piece, but it's not the same. The things are too heavy. Like if they get like glasses, like kind of wraparound glasses that are much smaller and lighter, I bet you more people will do it.
Jimmy, we got different necks, me and you.
I know. I have a smaller neck.
Pete's got more, my type of neck.
Yeah.
Well, Pete, look, man, I love when guys in other sports love and support the UFC. What's the next fight you plan on going to? Do you know?
Yeah, I'm thinking about August 15th, United Center. I'm pretty sure it's Hamzat DDP is the main event.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be wild.
So that one I really want to go to. I'm not sure yet, but that's the next one that I have my eye on. I went to school at Northwestern, which is in Chicago. So that's one that I definitely would love to go to for sure.
Yeah, that's a great. What do you think about that fight? I mean, Hamzat has looked unstoppable, but guys have Gilbert Burns fought him well. Kamaru fought him well. Like, so he's definitely not invincible.
Yeah. I think, I mean, Hamzat, you know, yeah, he has been looking unstoppable. I think DDP is so interesting to me because I think sometimes he doesn't always look. It looks different. It looks a little different, but he gets it done. You know what I mean? He's been unstoppable too. It just in a totally different way. So I feel like I lean DDP on that one, but it's going to be, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm really interested to see what happens in that one.
You know, the co-main of that too, Matt, is Cannonier against Venom Page. That's a great co-main. That's a really, really interesting fight too. So yeah, that I agree with you. That's a great fight. And that's absolutely one that I would like to go to. But yeah, come back on with us again, man. It's really, again, I love guys in different sports watching and supporting the UFC. And I'm going to check out the Bucks this year. I don't watch a lot of NBA. I used to. I was a Laker fan because I liked Kareem. I saw him on an airplane, and I just saw him on TV one day. I'm like, all right, I'll watch him. But whenever I talk to somebody I like him, I start to root for them. So I'll watch you this year playing for Milwaukee.
Yeah, well, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, definitely check us out. And I'm definitely going to continue to stay locked in. You know, I've been loving learning the sport and learning, you know, the different characters. So I really appreciate you guys having me on and giving me the opportunity. And if you guys ever are in Milwaukee or you see us playing in a city that you're in, definitely reach out and let me know. And I would love to hook you guys up with tickets or anything.
I would like to do that. I haven't been to an NBA game in decades. That would be really fun. I'm going to take you up on that. I would like to do that.
Perfect.
Really nice to meet you, Pete.
Great
Really
to meet you guys.
Take care, Pete. Good talking to you. We'll talk to you again.
Thank you.
Yeah, Pete.
Okay, buddy.
That was great.
Yeah, nice guy. And look, I've been to NBA games. It's been many years. They're very exciting. I mean, they move fast. It's up and down. It's constant movement. But it's weird talking to a guy who was born in 2000. Like, it's crazy for me.
Everybody's gonna be like, "Yo, you were born with a 19, and who are you?
I know.
You were born last millennium." You know, hey,
Yeah.
Junior Tafa lost a lot of weight. No, didn't he look?
Yeah. And they wonder, was he depleted? What was his energy level like going into, because he had a good beginning of the second round, but then he just.
Tokkos wasn't having it.
No, he was not. No, he was
I
not.
like that. I'm a big fan of the head and arm choke.
Yep.
You know, I like it, Jimmy.
Yeah, and I was watching him do it, and the way he was like splayed, his leg was a little bit under, like it's almost like when they tell you how you're supposed to do it, and then you see guys doing it that aren't picture perfect, and it still is effective. It still worked. But I was looking at the way he was splayed on his stomach. Some people say don't lay on your stomach; you should turn over on one hip. What do you think?
As far as defending it or
Being put in someone in the head and arm.
You mean executing it, like the finishing details? Yeah. Listen, I'm not going to say there's maybe some wrong ways.
Right.
But as far as the right ways, I said it before, with 16-ounce boxing gloves, I would go palm to palm. I'd get cross side control, and that's how I'd finish. You know what I mean? Other people, my wife's very good at finishing it from mount. My wife's got a sick.
That's hard to do. That's hard to do.
Yeah, but it's not. My wife's arms go really long, and she gets it super tight. She finishes a lot from out. If not, knee on belly and then side control. So just because the way I execute it's different than hers or someone else's, they're still going to sleep. It's all how you constrict that. I like to use my weight when I get on side control. I push off the balls of my feet, and I have it so tight where I put the weight to the opposite shoulder of the arm that's trapped. And it just compresses where I could talk to you while I'm doing it because I'm not squeezing. I'm just using my body weight compressing on that shoulder tricep area. So it's really putting all my weight there. So I'm a big fan of it. I would never
You do
tell
push
someone-
up on your feet because I watched you do it, and I changed the way I did it a little bit because it looked like it was more effective.
Yeah, well, I could utilize maximize my weight on right on that carotid, and my arms, as long as it's snug on the far carotid, like I'm compressing my whole body on it, not using my arm strength.
Right.
So listen, people have Brian Ortega has a nice way where he puts his fist in there. This day, guys have different ways of executing it, but if you put it on and they're about to go to sleep, you're doing it right.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Walter Walker over at Kennedy and Zechikuwu in that first round. He bull charged him from across the fucking cage.
That's his third leg lock?
Yeah.
Man, he goes for it really nice, man.
Yeah.
And a lot of times guys get in trouble, especially big guys, because they lose position or they get ground and pounded. He's coming out clean and he's confident going in there. The first one was a real running in like, with his arms out. That was weird. And then, he's like, I want to grab you. And everybody knows what he's doing and he's still getting it, man. You got to give him some props. I was really impressed with Fatima Klein from Queens, New York. Let me tell you something. She was great. Because Melissa Martinez started getting a little more steam in that second round, Yeah. And then that third round, props. And Laura Sanko was also calling it earlier, saying she thinks that she should bring that leg up. And let's give some props to the corner work of Fatima Klein. I believe it was Aaron Blanchfield was in there. And the gentleman who was in there who gave the instructions of follow up with that head kick. Because Fatima Klein's not here and Laura Sanko predicting it or saying
right, of course.
Her cornerman did it. She didn't rush it. And she pulled off that head kick. And I thought that was phenomenal. Because she came out strong in the first round, and then Melissa Martinez started getting more gutsy and started landing her own strikes, but she stayed the course. I want to see what's next for Fatima Klein. I thought she was great. Mike Davis. We're going to talk about Mike Davis after this because Mitch Ramirez was very game, and it's very rare that you see somebody that's in a full-blown rear naked choke as calm as this guy was. He's been through a lot in his life, and I think that has a lot to do with it. And then he escaped so much in that first round. Ramirez, with the second round, Mike Davis put on a clinic standing up, and he comes from Gleason's boxing gym, the same as Mike Tyson. I want to talk more about him because I'm really impressed. But let's get
Well, is our guest here yet? I didn't see that he was.
Tuco's here. Tuco Tokkos. Tokkos. He's in the meeting room. Let's get him in here.
How are you, sir?
He didn't like your question. Oh, no, it's froze.
I'm good. How are you guys?
Oh, I thought I pissed you off already. Okay.
Hey, Tuco, listen. I used to fight in the cage. You just scared the shit out of me, man. That thing froze on your face. And I go, Jimmy, is he looking at you?
I'm not looking too pretty right now either, so.
Hey, you're victorious, man. I love a good head and arm choke.
Yeah. You know what? I couldn't even feel it, Matt. Because my shoulder, some shit popped in my shoulder. I'm in the sling right now. Some shit popped in my shoulder, so I couldn't even feel it like you would usually feel it.
When did that happen? And when did that happen?
I don't know. I think I got extended, or maybe when he was caving my fucking head in, and I was trying to ground me and shit. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even remember. I just remember in the second round, I went to try wrist ride him. My corner was like, flatten him out. And I tried to reach through, and I was like, I looked at my corner, I shook my head. I said, damn, I ain't got no strength in my arm.
That was just such a good second round because he you look like you were in a little bit of trouble, and he was ground and pounding, and then even the announcer was going, he should let him up, like because he shouldn't be on the floor with you, and then he did, and you still were able to get him back down. But that must have been what a smart, a great way for you to finish that fight, because when he let you back up, I was like, okay, that's what he should have done, and you still made.
Thank you, man. Yeah, to be honest, it wasn't my best performance. Like, if I'm honest, obviously I can speak in hindsight with the victory now, but I wasn't in the best shape. I had a terrible camp. We were supposed to fight back in May. in Iowa, but then my camp after that was terrible. I had 3 deaths in the family. I was
Oh
just
wow,
like, everything was crazy. I wasn't it done, man. That's all that matters.
three
It's rough
deaths.
when
Yeah.
it's yeah when it when you're not right or there's a lot of chaos in your personal life and things come up like that. It's hard to be mentally straight for a fight. You know what I mean? It's really
Yeah.
hard. You know.
Yeah, most people they go to work a regular job, and maybe you have time in your work day to like assess shit and just ground yourself. But when you're fighting like that, it's like, fuck, man, you don't have time. You gotta make weight, you gotta fucking do your shit. So it is a bit harder with the shit that we do. But yeah, I'm always confident, man. Whatever shape I'm in, whoever I'm fighting.
Listen, Tuco, being it's your first time on here, we like to get to know the guys a little bit. Where did
Yeah.
you grow up and what did you start with in the arts?
I'm from London, England. I'm a real Londoner, and I've started off my martial arts journey fish fighting on my fucking school playground on my street. I don't know if you know about growing up in England. It's rough, man.
What
It's
place?
rough.
Where in England?
I'm from London. I'm from
Okay.
Camden, London, and yeah, fist fighting is just religion. It's like if you have any disagreement with anyone, even your own parents, they'd be like, go on the grass."
Sort it out. Nowadays a lot of knife violence over there, no?
Yeah, I know,
Has it
man.
always
I've
been
been
like
cut
that?
as well. Yeah, I've been cut. Everyone I know, that's just normal. I know in America, there's a lot of cliches. Everyone's in the UFC. They're like, "Oh, I grew up in a rough neighborhood. I grew up fighting." But London's fucking crazy, man. You really grow up like fighting for your life sometimes.
Shit. Hey, Tuco, only because I got you on here and I want to know what you think of it. What do you think, being from London, what do you think of Mobland? You ever watch Mobland with Tom Hardy?
Yeah, I watched that. That's a sick show.
Isn't it
It's
great?
good, man. It's like 90% accurate. It's accurate.
Oh,
That's not bad.
I love Jimmy. Did you give it a chance yet?
Not yet. 'Cause I didn't. I forgot where to watch it. Where do I watch it, man? I'm so
You
It's
have
stupid.
to,
on
man.
it's on Paramount, I think.
Paramount or HBO, one of them.
Paramount. Yeah, it might be different
Yeah,
over in London, but
yeah.
damn, is that a good show?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
good show, man. You gotta watch it. They're gonna bring out a new season now as well because everyone loved the show.
So Duco, what you're fighting in the street now? There's a big difference between doing that. Now you're fighting you're one of the best on the planet. You're fighting in the UFC. How did we get there? When did you first walk into your first gym?
So I messed around with boxing gyms and stuff. When you're growing up in England, like there's a boxing gym around the corner everywhere. But my mum is actually from Brazil. So I was watching Shogun Rua fight one time on TV, and I wasn't really watching MMA and UFC like that. I know people here they watch UFC one and people wrestle here, but I was out there, man. I was getting money and women. I wasn't doing no
It's
sport, bro.
oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was. But then I see a Shogun fight on the TV, and I was like, "Damn, man, I'm Brazilian. I should do jujitsu." Like, so I went and started doing jujitsu in the daytime. Um,
How old were
and
you?
I was like 18. I wasn't even
All
young.
right.
19, I think. And I was decent. I was a decent grappler. And then the natural progression, like my coaches were like, "Don't be a pussy. Fight MMA." So I had some MMA fights and I just kept going. But I had a lot of boys behind me. Like I grew up in council housing, like government housing. And in my neighborhood, we had an army, man. There was hundreds of us. So promoters used to put me on the shows in London because I would bring people out, man. I wouldn't even have a pass. I'd just take a ticket percentage and I'd make thousands, man. So I used to bring people out, and I fought on a show called UC MMA. It used to be Cage Rage. So it was a good show. It was a good promoter. They used to put on rowdy shows, man. The crowd was like, there was always more fights in the crowd than there was in the cage.
And this was your first win in the UFC, I believe. And I wanted to ask you, how did that feel, and what was your
Yeah.
mentality going into it? Because I know getting that first one is such a big moment. Were you feeling a little additional
Yeah.
pressure, or how was it affecting you?
Nah, I'm super confident, super cocky. I don't think I'm a world beater. I'm realistic. I'm not the youngest guy. I didn't start training like my boy Brendan Allen fights this week. I'm in Louisiana right now. I came from my fight here to corner him. He's been training since he was like 10 years old in the gi. Like he knew he was going to do this. This was his dream. Me, I'm just a hard nut working class boy, and I just fell into it, and I happened to be in the UFC. But I'm always confident. Like even now, I've got 5 losses on my record. But when I look at the losses, I'm like, well, that guy was on steroids. They robbed me on that one. That fight was short notice.
Yeah.
Like that's how I am. I fought 2 undefeated prospects in my first 2 UFC fights. One of them was on short notice across the globe, 3 days notice. He didn't punch me in my face. 0 significant strikes. The last fight, I fought that Navajo Sterling kid. He's the stud, undefeated prospect. I was the biggest dog on the card. He didn't punch me in my face. So I was like, I've got 2 UFC fights. I haven't been punched in the face for a year in a 4-ounce glove.
Right.
So I'm always confident. It was a more realistic matchup. Like I was like, okay, this guy's lost before. Like he's just a striker, one-dimensional. I was super confident. I knew I was going to win all week. I said to my corner, I was like, it doesn't feel like I'm fighting. They're like, that means you're going to win. I was like, all right. But I still had to earn that shit, man. He was fucking elbowing my fucking cranium.
Yeah, when you were going for takedowns, now what was that serving him well? Because whenever I see someone doing that and they're not fighting the takedown, a lot of times they wind up kind of submitting to the takedown because they're just trying to hurt you on the way down. Do you think he would have been better served strictly fighting the takedown, or did he do enough damage with the elbows?
Yeah, I mean, he done damage, but like you said, I knew he would defend like that, you know? So it's like, I knew that was coming. It still hurt. He like rocked me at one point. Like we stood back up and I was like, fuck, that hurt. But yeah, I just stuck to it, man. I stuck to it. It was a concern of mine because I used to be a middleweight and now I'm like a fat light heavyweight. And he's a heavyweight who's come down to light heavyweight. So I was like, damn, is there going to be a power disparity? And he did feel strong on the ground. Like normally when I control people, even people who have a much better grappling pedigree than him, I can control them more than that. But I definitely felt like he was a heavyweight. Like his hips and the way he could build up, I was like, damn.
I'm laughing. I'm only because Tuco. First of all, you're hysterical in a great way. I think. I like how you say, well, you know, I'm a fat light heavyweight. Now, do you have you plan on going back to middleweight, or you don't mind?
I would like to, but I know that's more of a lifestyle, and I can make light heavyweight easily. But maybe I will. I don't know. Light heavyweight's thin in the UFC. I'm the only English guy in that division, and I don't quite fancy dieting my fucking eyeballs out. So I'll probably just try and shift my body and
that's
be
honestly
a true light heavyweight.
Well, that's what people say. It's like, what does the weight cut or putting the weight on do to you? Like, was your energy better because you didn't have to cut, and maybe Tafa's was a little worse because he had to do a bigger cut than he was used to doing?
Yeah, maybe. There are things we'll never know. I like to think I would have won whatever the circumstance was, but
sure.
We'll see. But it was good to talk to him after the fight, man. He was devastated. But I spoke to him, and I spoke to him back at the hotel. I told him, come and train in America, man, because I live in South Florida. I said, come and train with us, man. You get some takedown defense, you'll be a problem, man. He hits hard. Like,
yes, he does.
In the second round, he threw an overhand on me, and he hit me across the cage. Like, the shot itself didn't hurt me, but he moved me. I was like, damn, his hands are huge. His hands are huge. Like, I saw them at the weigh-ins. I was like, damn.
Hey, Tuco, you seem like you have like to have a good time. What do you like to do when you're not training for a fight?
I like to eat. I like to travel. I love to travel, man. Even in the locker room, I was making plans. I was like, get this fight out of the way. I want to go here. I want to go there. I want to do some shit.
Where you want to go next? What's on the agenda?
Next on my list, it's a weird one. I've been a lot of places. I've been most places. Firstly, I want to go to Italy and I want to drive Lake Como with my dad in like a nice vintage car. Do a little road trip down there, eat some nice food. But then I want to go to Ethiopia. I know that sounds crazy, right? But they got some crazy old churches and old architecture and shit there. I want to go do that. I love doing shit like that, just disappearing.
Yeah, I'd go to Italy first and get really full.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure, I'm sure you can find some places. Hey, man, anything else for Tuco, man? What a great, hey, we got a refreshing personality here.
Yeah.
I like it, Tuco.
And by the way, I'm glad that you got over the hump because you said something about how hard it was to train with that tragedy and stuff in life. And I think with fighters, the different, you said something about your job compared to other jobs. Other jobs, people can be distracted on the job and get away with it. You guys don't have that. Like literally, if you're distracted for a moment, that could be the end of the fight. So as a fighter, the mental state is so much more important, I think, than people talk about.
100%, man. But I had great guys with me. Like when I was about to walk out, I looked at my corner, and between them, they got 50 UFC fights. Like I had Robbie Lawler there, Brendan Allen, Sean Soriano, and someone sent me a video. I just posted it to Instagram now. If people go to my Instagram, it was my corner's reaction to my win. And when I saw that and how wholehearted it was, I was like, I know I got good people around me that really want me to win, you know, because there's so many snakes in the grass in the sport. Matt can probably testify because he's been through the sport and he's been a champ and everything. It's like there could be people in your own gym that prey on your downfall and they don't want you to do better than them. But when I saw my corner, how they celebrated my win, I was like, wow, I'm truly blessed, man. Just for that alone. If in an arena of 20,000, all I need is those three men to have my back, and I'm good.
It's important who you have in the foxhole with you, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really
100%,
is,
man.
Hey, Tuco, what's your Instagram, man? I don't believe I'm not following you. What is this? What's your Instagram?
Tuco 300. TUCO 300.
I like that. That's like the.
Well, because I'm half Greek as well. I'm my grandma's from Cyprus, like Costa Philippou.
Oh, really? Yeah. Shit, man, Tuco. Tuco, I can't wait to see you fight again, dude. You know what I mean? When you get something lined up.
I'm gonna get the shoulder looked at. For sure, man. They just need to get me on the mic so I can keep talking my shit. Because all these guys in the UFC, they're fucking boring. They're all mama's boys. They're boring. They ain't done shit in the street. They're nobodies.
What is your friends that you grew up with, guys that you were on the street with? What do they think about you now? Where you're at?
They give me mad support. Even after the fight, so many people were messaging me going, if only the world really knew where we came from.
Right?
Yes.
They'd be shocked, you know, because it's not like here, man. I wasn't getting dropped off by my parents to flip in wrestling school and all this shit, you know what I mean? I grew up, I didn't have parents all the time. I lived with my grandparents. And my dad would have to go on vacation sometimes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And my mum wasn't around, so it was like, yeah, you raise yourself, and it's crazy, you know. It's dangerous. People lose their lives. I lost a lot of friends, and it's crazy now. And I do feel that sometimes when I walk out in the arena, I always look up at the crowd. I look at myself on the jumbotron thing, and I'm like, wow, man, I'm here. If I don't live another day past this day, like, I'm satisfied. You know, I've done something.
You made it.
You made it, buddy, and your story's
being
written, bro.
It feels good.
Still being written. It's very exciting, man. It sounds like
but Matt, I'm realistic. I'm realistic, man. I said I'm not the youngest guy. I'm not a world beater. Like I don't think I have any talent. But I got friends around me. Like people always dog me how I speak about Bilal. Bilal's a close friend of mine. He's coming to Louisiana to corner Brendan as well. I'm gonna pick him up from the airport. But Bilal's a guy. I don't think Bilal has any talent. I don't think he's gifted in any department other than he's the most prepared guy. He's in the best shape, his strategy, his discipline. That's why he beats everyone because of that. I don't think he's an exceptional wrestler or an exceptional striker or an exceptional jiu-jitsu player, but his mentality, his confidence, his discipline, his approach, his strategy, that's why he beats guys that are talented, amazing strikers, amazing grapplers. He'll beat them all because of that. And that's how I feel. I'm not a world beater. I'm not exceptional anywhere. I started the sport late, but I'm always gonna try win, man. I'm coming to win. That's all that matters. And as well, I have something that Americans don't have. I have cunning. You know what cunning is? Like a fox.
Sure. Yeah.
I always think Americans are you guys are too honest, man. You're not hustlers enough. Like I can finesse you guys.
Well, maybe Jimmy. I got my antennas up, Tuco.
I'm very finessable.
Tuco, listen, man. You
Good talking to you.
Wait, hold on. I like when you're saying you're not a world beater, but You enjoy
Yeah.
fighting too, and is that and what you?
Yeah, of course.
You don't get intimidated. Let me tell you something. Let me just tell you something about myself, man. I'm not a world beater, but I kick the fuck out of some world beaters. You know what I mean? I don't get it. You know what I mean?
Man.
Fuck that. I got more losses than you, Tuco. I
Yeah.
can't wait to see what's next for you, man. I love your attitude, dude. I really do.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man. I'm excited too. I want to get healthy, and it's funny. A win motivates you so much. Like, I just want to train again. I wish I could train today.
Hey, Tuco, really great to meet you, man. Nice to get to
Thank
know
you. I'll see you guys soon.
Take care, buddy.
Definitely, man.
Yes.
Take care.
Thank you.
Great talking to you.
Hey, can I tell you something? I love that guy's attitude.
I do too. Very
That's
fun.
a refreshing attitude. I love that whole part. And Pete Nance was a nice guy too. Really quick though, because I got to give this guy his flowers here. Mike Davis, man, Mitch Ramirez showed there's some guys that have no quit in them. So even though Mitch did not win that fight, that rear naked choke, there's some guys you have to find their off switch. And that choke, you could be looking like it. And I'll tell you right now, 9 out of 10 guys aren't getting out of that. He got out of those chokes. You knew right there it's going to either be a long night or you got to get his lights put out. After that first round, it looked like he was a little weathered from it. And then he started really leaning into the striking. And he was putting on a clinic, showing how he's like, I would just touch, and then set up the big shot. And again, it was a master class on the feet. And at one point when he had him hurt up against the cage, for a split second, it looked like he was going to shoot for a double. And then he went up and finished with the 2 strikes. Fight IQ. I can't wait to see what's next with him either. That was just something else.
Yes, buddy. And I also, before we go, I wanted to say Morgan Charrier against Nate Landwehr. What a fucking great fight that was. And congratulations to Morgan for stopping him in the third, because the second round, Nate looked really good. And Nate is a really tough guy to stop and just kind of a savage. So a great fight between Morgan and Nate Landwehr. And Calvin Kattar is continues on his tough road he's been on. Steve Garcia, very dominant, a really, really good fight.
Last week.
30-27 on all cards.
He looked big in there. He looked big.
He did.
I love his confidence with his strikes, man. The angles, the accuracy, the aggression. He was getting Calvin on his back. He was stalking Calvin. He was doing what Calvin does to other guys. Yeah. And by the way, next time I got to stick to my instincts. I chose Jake Matthews by decision versus Cheaty, but I go, I'm feeling rear naked choke, but I'm going to go decision. I should have stuck with my thing because he got that rear naked choke. I always said, even when I did the fight companion with Joe Rogan, with Jake Matthews fought on air, where he didn't utilize his grappling when I felt he should have. He made it a stand-up fight because he's very good standing. His jiu-jitsu is underrated, and I'm glad he got to show it. Yeah, also, I think we touched base. I'm pretty
Wonder Boy we didn't touch on. Close fight with Gabriel Bonfim. I thought that I could have went either way. I wasn't. Maybe Bonfim got it. It was unanimous, but I was not convinced.
I kind of thought that, and I might be a little biased because I'm friends with Wonder Boy, but I think Wonder Boy should have got it.
I was not convinced. I agree.
But you got to give it to Gabriel because Wonder Boy, no matter what age he is, he's a hard puzzle to figure out.
He sure is, and he still looks good.
We're happy for Derrick Lewis.
Yes.
And by the way, Lauren Murphy, congrats on a great career. She put down the gloves. Yeah. And that was her last fight versus Eduardo Mora. And Eduardo, I guess she got it done.
Yeah. What?
I don't know. He sent us something.
Oh, he said to I am doing this. Okay, yeah, that's what I was asking you before. All right, Matt, let's do our plugs and
I'm thinking you're gonna do that when I get out of here.
Yeah, I can. Or I'll do it while we're doing plugs. No, I'll do it while we're doing plugs because thank you. And
clean this
Tuco.
up. Yeah. Okay, good.
Where are you going to be, Matt?
I'm going to be. No, you're going to be. You're going to be. Are you going to the Fat Black Pussycat on Wednesday?
Not this week because I'm doing Gutfeld on Wednesday. My special is doing very well. People are very happy with Unconceivable on YouTube. And also go to my website for dates. I'm coming everywhere. I'm going to Baltimore, Pittsburgh coming up. And also I did a review of my Black Sabbath trip. I put the video up of me talking about the whole Sabbath trip on Jim Norton Comedy on YouTube.
You got so much going on, Jimmy.
I have nothing going on, but I appreciate that.
Hey, I have so much fun. I'm doing my movie reactions. I'm doing my interviews. I'm doing my VR on the Matt Serra channel on YouTube. I just had Frank Grillo on the other day virtually. He's been on here before.
Sure.
He's going to be in the new Superman movie, which was, I'll tell you about that next time, Jimmy. I enjoyed it. I'll tell you that.
Oh, good.
I enjoyed it. And I also had Marab in studio yesterday, and we had a great time. Me and Marab. So those will be coming out. You can watch me watching movie reaction to K-pop Demon Hunters,
Yep.
Fun. Just a lot of fun. Jimmy,
well, also, before we go, man, I wanted to just tell people to stay tuned for Wednesday's episode. We're going to make some picks for this Saturday's 318 card, headlined obviously by Poirier and Holloway, the trilogy. Now, whether you're a Poirier fan, Holloway fan looking to rock their official Venom fight shorts, or just a diehard UFC fan looking for UFC 318 merch, there really is something for everyone. Now head over to ufcstore.com. Do it right now and check out what's available before it's too late and you're going to be mad you missed out. So head over there now and buy something fun.
I like that fun, Jimmy.
Yeah, me too, buddy.
We're going to have more fun in a couple of days.
Well, we'll see.
I'll see you then. Goodbye, everyone.
Yeah, bye.